Hello, Trout in the Classroom participants. Welcome to this week's Trout in the Office update video. Our water quality parameters are all still within acceptable limits. Our pH is at an 8.2. Ammonia and nitrites are at 0 parts per million, and our nitrates are at 40 parts per million. I just got done feeding our fish a mixture of the size number 1 and the size number 2 food, but soon I will be feeding them exclusively the size number 2 food. As you can see, a lot of them are starting to get pretty big. It's actually hard to discern which fish is our abnormally large fish, but we know it likes to hang out up here. So there's our large fish right there. So as these fish continue to grow and develop, you can clearly start to see their eyes. So that brings up the point I want to talk about in this week's video, and that's how fish see. So even though a fish's eyes are made to work underwater, they still work similar to our eyes in that they work like a camera and a lens. But there are a lot of differences. Fish don't have eyelids and they don't have tear ducts. They don't need them because their eyes are always moisturized. Fish also don't have an iris that can expand and contract to regulate light, but rather they have a lens that can move back and forth. Fish also have to deal with a property of light known as refraction. So as light enters the water from the less dense air, it can make objects like an adult mayfly on the surface or an angler standing on the bank appear higher than they actually are. This also works vice versa for us when we're looking at a fish underneath the water's surface. Fish can see in a lot of different directions given that they have eyes on the sides of their head. They do have a couple blind spots though. Those blind spots occur immediately in front of the fish's snout and directly behind the fish. That's why it's best to approach a fish from downstream, so that way it can't see you when you're trying to catch it. With that binocular vision, that gives the fish the ability to tell how far away an object is. So fish actually are nearsighted, so they can see better with monocular vision. That's why you'll sometimes see a fish look at your bait or your lure with just one eye. However, with that monocular vision, they sometimes can't tell how far away that object is, which is why sometimes they can completely miss your lure. Fish do have light-sensitive cells in their eyes known as cones, so they can see color. Fish can actually see ultraviolet light, which we can't. They also have cells in their eyes known as rods, and this can help fish detect movement, as well as see contrast. Some fish, like walleyes, have a reflective layer in their eyes, which can help them see better at night and in murky conditions. As light penetrates deeper and deeper into the water, it begins to lose its color, and actually red first. That's why a lot of anglers like to use colors like white and chartreuse or bright green, because that doesn't lose its color as much and fish can still see it. Well, that's going to do it for this week's update video. Stay tuned for next week.